This episode of The Direction is brought to you by Georgia 811, keeping Georgia safe and connected. All right, folks, guess what? It's going to be an exciting week. The boat is actually parked in the garage. We're not actually traveling anywhere, but we're going to take you on a fun journey. We're going to take a look back at the prior 5 years of places we've been, injuries we've had, trying moments, fun fish catches, great guests. We're going to take a look back at all of those and some of the greatest moments and memories that I have of the last 5 years. So stay with us. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. Everyone has a story. Sometimes it's about catching monster bass. Now that's a studly mudly, baby. And sometimes it's about life's lessons. Every story is as unique as the person who tells it. So join us as we make some new friends, reunite with some old ones, catch a few fish, and share a story or two. I'm Mark Stowe, and this is The Direction. So when you look back 5 years and you talk about epic trips, well, there's two that are going to just stand out because of the fishing. The guests were absolutely phenomenal, so not taking anything away from them. But one is we went to British Columbia, Canada, and got to catch sturgeon. And that was one of those fish that was on my bucket list that I'd always wanted to do. So I got to travel to British Columbia, Canada with my great friend, Ryan White, and my son, Nick, and family to catch those long, big, giant, prehistoric sturgeons. This is one of these trips that you dream about. You wait an entire lifetime to get the opportunity to go fishing for a sturgeon. And now it's really happening.
Let's go get some dinosaurs.
I like that word, dinosaurs. Hey, fish is on. The battle begins. You're working him, buddy. Oh, look at him. Woo! A fish longer than him on the end of his rod. Yeah, he's got it. Woo! Just... oh my goodness. You pulled it off. That's better than a dream come true right there, watching him catch that fish. But a second trip came up, and it became epic by accident. We went to Florida to go bass fishing with friend Brent Anderson. Brent is an amazing, talented fisherman anyway, but he says, hey Mark, I got a little sweet spot that me and you can slip off to down in the orange groves of Florida. Do you want to go and go down there and film? I said, Brent, if you've got the place and you say it's good, we're all in. Folks, we go down there and we're trying to break catching 40 pounds, almost get to 40 pounds of largemouth in 5 fish. And you talking about one of those days that you'll never forget, to watch Brent throwing out there catching these 7-pounders, and just, it was one of them days that you put it down and it became a bucket list, because I've always wanted one of those days, and there it was. Oh my, look at this. There's gotta be giants out there.
I'm nervous about what's fixing to go down on the end of my string.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness. Son. Oh.
Big.
Look, holy cow, Brent. Oh, my one's nervous. Oh my goodness gracious, look at that crap. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, that's a stud, son. Lord, stop Florida and you and me.
We catch them, don't we, buddy?
My gosh. That right there is ingrained in me forever. The friendship I built with Brent from filming with him multiple times now, that day right there goes down in the epic book. This segment was brought to you by Jinko Fishing. It's all about the action. This segment is brought to you by Denali Rods, tournament tested, tournament tough. So folks, when you start thinking about epic, because that's what some of these are for me, as epic episodes. One was getting to film with none other than the great Turtle Man. You know, to see a guy that was all over television and to be, you know, kind of a celebrity guest, as I want to say, and to ever thought, okay, watch this, I'm going to get a guy who's done all these Animal Planet shows and so on and so forth in my boat. That day was more fun than you can imagine.
Oh, I think I got something here.
Uh-oh.
I think we got a
Fish
little live
on, look
action.
at
Fish
here.
on, boys. Yay!
We are the pickerel kings today, right here.
Yay! Live action, boys.
Live.
My first one, too. I broke the ice that time.
Watched him come
You
get it.
got him there, boys.
Yeah, it's another one of your friends.
One of my friends there. Look at here.
This show, we've come down, you know, you bring this guy with you, and what do? You end up catching peckerel.
That's right.
You want the critter
control? Hungry, boy.
We got the critter control right here.
Yes, sir. We got him. You see, I go hands on. Hands on, buddy. Hands on. Yay!
And me, I don't even want to mess with that nasty thing. When Turtle Man showed up, you didn't know what to expect, and he was no letdown. Let me tell you, not only did I build a friend from doing filming with him, but we went on to go out catching some turtles at the ponds with the kids after that. I guess about a year later after we had filmed the fishing show. And just what an opportunity to get to spend time on the water with a guy that I watched so many years on television and used to think, man, I'd love to meet that guy. I'd love to go to, and then to have him out on the show and get to film with him and build a friendship. Man, what an epic moment. So sometimes you know what you're getting into when you go to do a show, and sometimes you don't. Well, once in a while, I get a harebrained idea by encouragement from friends like Roger Lipscomb that says, hey, Mark, let's go to Michigan in the middle of the winter and the lakes freeze over, and we'll go out on top of the water and we'll fish through holes in the ice. And I'm like, we're gonna what? So sure enough, we head to Michigan. I end up packing the family along. We end up making this an annual trip after we go out there the first time. But the first trip, folks, out there, let me tell you, it was an experience. We get up there, we're in the middle of a blizzard. We can't see. Everything is iced over. And I'm going, oh my goodness, we can't even figure out where to access the lake. It was another world. I'm amazed we're out in the middle of a lake. And we're running out here on this ice. It's a little different experience. You can probably tell by the smile on my face. I'm a little nervous at the same time, but we're with some pretty experienced folks. Great, we're gonna be trying to fish through a little hole in the ice like that. Pretty doggone exciting. Bottom, look at that. He finally come in there. We saw him on the grass, and he just come right in there. Oh my, how about that? That is amazing, through a hole in the ice. Oh my goodness. One thing about it, it ended up becoming one of my favorite trips to take each year because there's nothing like it. You go out there and you get in this little shanty, you sit there and hang out together, you do a little fishing through the ice, great conversations, and it's just peaceful and quiet. Every once in a while you hear a snowmobile or a four-wheeler come passing by with their shanty, and off they go in the distance. And then everybody might be out in one area. Friendships. You're out there on the water talking to everybody in the shanties. Everybody's walking around, just hanging out. It's a cool experience. So if you have never experienced ice fishing, you might want to take a trip for that one because you might end up getting hooked on it. This segment is brought to you by Rust-Oleum, paint, and so much more. Well, one thing that you figure out when you're on the road traveling, that all kinds of things happen. We were running to West Virginia, and guess what? We run out of gas. And the boys in the car, guess what they want to do? Get the cameras out and film all your mishaps. Hey, we're going to run out of gas. I was sitting there watching that gas gauge and thought, nah, we'll be fine. Turn that off. What a way to start things off. That's gonna be all she wrote. Who's pushing? I'll be back. When you run out of gas on the side of the road, it's an omen for catching fish later. Oh yeah, there we go. You're talking about something that will frustrate you. It will frustrate you, but guess what? Once we have those moments and look back on them, they create some great laughs. And one of the great laughs that I got was, we're trying to get ready to get filming in Florida, and Christopher goes back to the console, hooks up the camera on the console of the boat, which is a GoPro. He heads for the front of the boat, and we look up, well, he's not in the boat anymore. You just go right on. I'm gonna get right up here with you. The first moment of the day here has been a little interesting. Christopher has fell in the lake trying to set up the GoPro. It's a little chilly. Good thing is the water temp down here 68 degrees, and look, he even knocked the GoPro sideways up here. It wasn't even on yet. Don't forget. He was trying to turn this on. So what I'll do is I'll turn it on so we get the footage. This one was on, so we probably got that view of him flipping in. But the first thing when I call home, I said, my wife, yeah, Christopher fell in the lake. And she says, was he okay? And I was like, well, it was pretty funny. And it, well, I guess I should have been worried about him, but I started laughing. You couldn't help but laugh once you knew he was okay. Well, sometimes when you're not paying attention, guess what? You end up getting hooked. Like a buddy of mine, we hit the water, got out up there, started trying to figure out a few things, seeing if we could catch some fish. And then out of the blue, well, things got quite interesting.
All right, don't mess that, Marcus. That's your eye. Good thing is I can snip it off. But
He gonna have to get that out. I can't pop that out. That's the eye lid.
Hey, what are we going to do?
I want a picture with you real quick. Isn't that pretty?
It's cold before we dig, aren't we?
We're gonna dig this out of his eye here in just a second. You wanna run him over?
I can.
All right, I'm gonna keep fishing with her, and we're gonna talk about you while you're gone.
You want to keep that hook if you don't mind.
I'm sure you do.
I look over, and he's got that hook right above his eyeball in his eyelid. His daughter's back there going, oh no, I've hooked Dad, and all those moments like that, they're just fun. I mean, they're fun laughs to look back on. At the moment, he was probably frustrated when he hit the water, and the moment I ran out of gas, I was probably frustrated. But to look back on them now and have them on film, well, those are some good laughs. Now it's time for your safe digging moment of the week, brought to you by 811. Always remember to call before you dig. So something I want to bring up about television and filming outdoor shows and all that is it takes a great bunch of supporters. And these supporters, well, they're not front and center of the cameras. They're folks that are behind you, that are in the background, that say, you know what, you got a crazy idea, you got a crazy dream, but we're gonna back you. We want you to go follow that dream of filming and doing outdoor television. And that whole group of supporters, I'm not gonna name you by name because it's so many of you, but I just wanna take a minute and say the last 5 years couldn't be without all you folks. The one thing that I will mention, and of all the sponsors, is I've always had the opportunity to promote that great message right there, 811, and tell people I have nothing to sell. I don't have anything for you to buy. All I want you to do is be smart, contact 811, whether it's by the internet, by the telephone, by an app, whatever way. But if you're gonna dig, go out there and make that contact right there to 811. This segment is brought to you by Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. All right, every season we get the opportunity to go to West Boggs Lake in Indiana and give back. I call it the Give Back episode, and I name it our Military Appreciation episode. Well, what I found was it really gives as much back to me, I think, as it does to those folks.
Mishaps! Mishaps! It's that time.
Oh, doubled up. Look at that. Blowed up. We doubled up. Look at that.
Man, are you kidding me?
Oh, look at you. Hey,
He was
see,
up on.
Dan?
He
Look
was
at
up on.
Dan right here. He says, if you can't make the cast I will, then I'll show you how
He
that's
was,
done.
he was up under the tree.
Oh, wait a minute, Wolf.
Look at the color on it. That's solid.
Boom.
Fish on, baby! Hello, beautiful. Been waiting on you.
And we can't say enough about what they do for us. Their enthusiasm for their job and for what they do is easily recognized if you're just around them for a few minutes. And we're really, truly thankful for what they do and make a lot of the stuff possible for us to do.
To be able to say thank you to those guys and gals who serve, for me, that is just a big reward. And I get to do it with a couple great friends. It takes a group of us to do it, like Wes Thomas and Terry McWilliams. And those guys are sincere about that thank you as well. Filming an outdoor TV show, you think fun, you think traveling, but you don't think about the sacrifice that you make having to leave your family, the time you take away from family, the trips you have to go on. You're always, working on new ideas, creating plans, this, that, and the other. And so sometimes it's awesome when my family gets to travel along with me. Uh-oh, hey, look at here. There we go. Soon as look at that. Keep on, Lovey. Wait, let me make him look like a giant. Hold on, let me get him. Oh, you gotta do it like that? Hey, see, fishing ain't about catching fish. It's about having fun. You got it? Yes, look at that. We got a double. Woo! Hey, we did it. Yes. Oh, Mama's got a fish. Yeah, that's all right. You caught your first fish through the ice, baby. Look at here. What's cool is my own son stands behind that camera over there, filming all of these things and creating all this content and making this show what it is. And to think his involvement and then getting to go on the trips like where Nick, Lauren, me, my wife Jill, we all went up and went ice fishing in Michigan. I never dreamed I would ever see my wife out on the ice in a shanty in the middle of winter in Michigan, not a day in a prayer, but she was out there. And those moments like that, being able to bring family along, they're great memories. When you get in the boat with somebody and go fishing, it's amazing the friendship that you build and the memories, and they go on to last a lifetime. Oh, chunk there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about.
I got to think back now. You need to really call me boss, by the way.
Mr. Stowe, that's all I can call you.
Mr. Stowe and boss.
I'm not calling you
it's
boss. I'm not calling you boss.
You can go ahead and tell these people.
How about just
What-
catch a
what
fish
did-
instead?
How about that? Is that better?
Yeah, we got to swap. There she is.
Keep on squealing. Look at that thing.
Get him.
Yeah, Jimbo, how about that, baby? Woo! Look at that.
It's the fish.
And that's what we come for, Purple Blue. Look at that. We got a show going. Oh my goodness. So what seems like a simple fishing trip, when you really look into it, becomes something just so much bigger. And that's probably the biggest piece of the direction that I've enjoyed, is that it's about friends, it's about family, it's about sharing time on the water and creating memories that last a lifetime. All right, folks, I hope you've enjoyed this week as much as I've had. There's a whole lot of guests and a whole lot of places that didn't make this episode, but let me tell you, all these trips are a whole lot of fun. When you're with family, friends, meeting new people, you're out on the water, These are times that you just keep the memories, you put them in your pocket, you put them in your memory bank, and you carry them around for a lifetime. So one, I want to say thank you to all your viewers for watching and supporting us. And folks, guess what? We got a whole lot more coming, and we're going to be going a whole lot more places in the future. So stay with us on the direction, but I hope you enjoyed this look back of the last 5 years. The direction is brought to you by 811. Know what's below, call before you dig. We would also like to thank these fine partners. Closed captioning is brought to you by USA North. Call 811 before you dig.